Hello, world. If you're hearing my voice, it's probably your bedtime. Got off to a false start there, so I got to start again. I hope everyone is well, and we're going to get started with David Byrne here and De La Soul. I hope somebody can tell me what David Byrne is talking about in this song, what he's referring to when he sings, "Put their Snoopies on," because I don't know what he's talking about. Here we go.
In 100 years from now, we will not recognize this place. The dollar store is filled with love. The parking lot is full of grace. Now the judges put their snoopies on with glorious and true restraint. A child is gonna rule them all, said the prophets of the human race. Hey, can you picture yourself? Hey, in the physical sense. Hey, a subcutaneous thing. Hey, like your mother and father.
Pan Am trips, circa 76, the Ritz. Papa hit the Delta, picked up a JFK. I judge nothing, let her know, AFK. I'm off the front porch and the front screen. 2 shocks on my back, the wise look mean. They told me slow down, baby, but I'm a lum ox. The 8 ball said, Dave, you in the wrong lot. Move like sloth, cut cloth with new scissors. You're thinking too big, I call Nell Carter. Somebody give me a break, the clutch toe up. You put both hands up, I put 4 up. Can't teach a fast dog how to stand still. Mano we mano, it's the hand skill. Somebody give me a break, the clutch went out. Tag slap hands, I'm about to man out. Can't teach him at the morgue how to stand still. See y'all tomorrow for the man to man. Man to man. Man to man.
Now that was all so long ago. See the babies, they are running wild. If you get too close, they run away. So tonight we better stay inside. So whenever things don't go my way, I simply put my Snoopies on. I'll share them with you, I don't mind. Let me be your microphone. Hey, can you picture yourself? Hey, in the physical sense. Hey, a subcutaneous thing. Hey, like your mama and papa. Will I ever get tired of this? Will I ever get turned around? Will I ever get over you? Give me a break now, the clutch went out. Will I ever go back again? Will I ever get used to me? Will I ever be smart enough? How do I know if I'm rolling clean?
It's the elastic youth, coming to size up your plastic truth. Keep a pot of caution, boiling in the hot. I wonder why, so why not? Move like a used car and you get used up wherever you are. So they say, me and my crew get it new all day. Couple of shots of calamity, but don't mess with the gram to be sniffed. Too messy for the ego. When you come crashing, there ain't no airbag to dash in and catch ya. But she goes down, and I look down. And she looks up, I don't know what to say. Yo, do that shit, but she already done it anyway. But yo, do understand under the man lies an underlying set of value. Open the shape, so when I'm speeding too fast, it'll mash the brake.
I don't wanna rock the boat. Feel like I'm about to die. what's right and what's wrong when I feel lonely. I like to hide away, da-da, da-da, behind my masquerade, da-da, da-da. I wish that I could change. You wouldn't know I'm insane behind my masquerade, da-da, da-da.
The Pixies did two versions of this song, a fast one and this one, a much slower by like 1 minute. This is the UK surf version of this song, and it was used in Pump Up the Volume starring Christian Slater. It may or may not have been some inspiration for Nightlight. This is Pixies and Wave of Mutilation.
Cease to resist, giving my goodbye. Drive my car into the ocean. You think I'm dead, but I sail away. On a wave of mutilation, wave of mutilation, wave of mutilation, I've kissed mermaids, rode the El Nino, walked the sand without crustaceans, could find my way to Mariana. On a wave of mutilation, 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 wave of mutilation,
Pixies, Wave of Mutilation. That's the UK surf version. There are a lot of bands who've had a lot of public fights and breakups. Some of them set aside their differences, and some come back doing more touring and recording. Let's name some. Rolling Stones. Mick and Keith have had their share of feuds, but over 50 years, they seem to have outgrown their differences. Simon and Garfunkel, highly successful, but at times dug their heels in and, oddly enough, refused to record the other song choices. Pink Floyd, lawsuits over the inflatable pig and the name. The Beatles, the Guns N' Roses. The Kinks, brothers Ray and Dave Davies, had a hard time getting along since childhood. Oasis, famous Gallagher brothers broke up the band got back together and broke up again right before a concert, minutes before a concert, and they haven't gotten back together since. Knowing what we do about the substance abuse that seems to accompany rock gods, I guess a concert can be a kind of like a war. This is Sinead O'Connor and Drink Before the War.
Will you tell us that we're wrong? You tell us not to sing our song. Nothing we can say will make you see. You got a heart of stone you can never feel. You say, oh, I'm not afraid, it can't happen to me. I've lived my life as a good man. Oh no, you're out of your mind, it won't happen to me. 'Cause I've carried my weight and I've been a strong man. But listen to the man in the liquor store. Yelling, anybody wanna drink before the and your parents paid you through. You got a nice big car, nothing bothers you. Somebody cut out your eyes, you refuse to see. Somebody cut out your heart, you refuse to feel. And you live in a shell. You create your own hell. You live in the past. You talk about war. And you dig your own grave, yeah. But it's a life you can save. So stop getting fast. It's not gonna happen. And you'll cry, but you'll never fall. No, no, no. You're building a wall. Gotta break it down, start again. No, 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 it won't happen to us. We've lived our lives, basically we've been good men. So stop talking of a war, 'cause you know we've had it all before. Why don't you go out there and do something useful? Oh, listen to the man in the liquor store. Yelling, anybody wanna drink before the war? Anybody wanna drink before the war? Anybody wanna drink before the
Sinead O'Connor, Drink Before the War. So, some people may be wondering about my Instagram post for tonight. There's a picture of a table and two chairs, and I just want to talk a little bit about it because it kind of leads into my idea for this show tonight, where I'm just going to be talking about forgiveness and reconciliation. One table and two chairs has always kind of signified to me, it's always been like a picture in my head of that, a table and two chairs. And it kind of signifies reason, kind of signifies people sitting down and working things out. And I mentioned earlier a few bands that have, a history of fighting and arguing and very publicly these things. But I want to talk a little bit about another story that's a little bit more heartwarming. And it goes back to the English pop band Take That was formed in 1990. They broke up in 1996, but not before having huge success in the UK and Europe. The band was really a vehicle for the founding member and songwriter Gary Barlow. Gary had been performing professionally since the age of 12, and producers thought a 5-piece boy band would be the key to success. Obviously, it worked. After a few years, the youngest member of the band, Robbie Williams, is said to have been struggling behind the scenes and was becoming frustrated with his role in the band over the type of music Take That was making. His persona in the band was the bad boy. He played that out in real life as well, and things often came to blows and over the years, and Robbie's partying and substance abuse was making things difficult as well. The final straw was when Robbie ditched Take That rehearsals to go to Glastonbury with the Gallagher brothers, and he left the band, ended up leaving the band in 1995. And as fate would have it, Robbie's career skyrocketed. But he took every opportunity to hurl insults at Gary Barlow and Take That. He would say cruel and mean things publicly and in the media. He branded Gary clueless and said the group had all the creativity of morons. He also said, "My problem has always been with Gary. It's always with Gary." Later on, Gary Barlow would admit it was really humiliating that he'd been in a band, it suddenly all ends, he gets dropped from his label, and one of the band members goes on to be stratospheric, and you're just looking like a loser. 15 years pass, and one day Robbie gets a phone call inviting him to a studio where the other 4 members are recording a new album. Nervously, he makes his way to the studio and is welcomed and loved by the other members. The next day, Gary and Robbie have a heart-to-heart and put all that on the table. They just unload it. And they each take responsibility and apologize and forgive each other. Robbie says later on, "It's amazing when 2 people say sorry and really mean it. The stuff that falls off your shoulder that you didn't even know was there is so freeing." Gary makes a lovely statement and says, "Robbie was the youngest in the band, and we didn't take care of him. But we're taking care of him now." They wrote a song together about it, and they went public appearing together and speaking kindly and lovingly as they shared about the hurt and bitterness that had been healed. Forgiveness and reconciliation, you gotta love it. Their song is called Shame. This is it.
Well, there's 3 versions of this story, mine and yours, and then the truth. Now we can put it down to circumstance, our childhood, then our youth. Out of some sentimental
mental gain. I wanted you to feel my pain, but it came back, returned to sender. I read your mind and tried to calm. My tears could fill the Albert Hall. Is this the sound of sweet surrender? What a shame we never listened. I told you through the television, and all that went away was the price we paid. People spend a lifetime this way. Oh, what a shame. So I got busy throwing everybody underneath the bus. And with your poster 30 foot high at the back of Toys R Us, I wrote a letter in my mind, but the words were so unkind, about a man I can't remember. I don't recall the reasons why, I must have meant them at the time. Is this the sound of sweet surrender? What a shame we never listened. I told you through the television, and all that went away was the price we paid. People spend a lifetime this way. That's how they stay. Oh, what a shame. Words come easy when they're true. Words come easy when they're true. So I got busy throwing everybody underneath the bus, and with your poster 30 foot high at the back of Toys R Us, now we can put it down to circumstance of childhood, then are you. What a shame we never listened. I told you through the television, and all that went away was the price we paid. People spend a lifetime this way, and that's how they stay. People spend a lifetime this way. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Ooh, such a shame. What a shame. Pitiful shame. Real shame. Horrible stuff.
Everything's clinging to my shoulders. Everyone that I ever met. Be up again when you're older. Can I climb back into my bed? So much is buried in my shoulders, weighing me down around my neck. I need to break out into the open myself up just to check. Where are you getting that animal anger? I'm not sure that it's right. I'm shaking some action without the desire. Try it for peace of your mind. I need to break out into the open myself up just to check. Everything's buried
was Mammut with Walls. And this is We Are There Together, Sleep Party People.
From the other side, where the whisper rolls over the tide, the waves call me to say, there's no worry now, never was just ones that I felt obliged to, but I'm here now. And I'll play. Why did it take so long to see it? Why did it take so much to care? So some broken prides been replaced by stride and some open eyes. My heart answers to glide, and the love was told. We talk all over this starry night. I feel wise. This feels right. Why did it take so long to see it? Why did it take so much to care again? Why work so hard to sift away the leaves? All that matters can
You're listening to Nightlight, your bedtime radio hour. It's 11:37 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, we're here live every Friday night at 11 p.m. Eastern, and there's lots of places to listen live. www.nightlight.one, perturbradio.com, where you can join the chat there by clicking the button right in the center of the page. And you can download the Live 365 app if you're using a mobile device and do a search for Perturb and you'll find the correct channel. Every week the playlists are posted on Spotify and you can get that by going to www.nightlight.one, and it's at the bottom of the page. This is a great intro to this song. This is David Sylvian taking the veil.
In dresses white, all set for sale. Little girl dreams of taking the veil. Dresses white, all set for sale. A little girl dreams of taking the veil on beaches clear of sand and shell. Little girl dreams of taking the veil. All lightning bright and thunder loud. A little girl dreams safe and sound.
David Sylvian, Taking the Veil. This is a poem by A.E. Russell. It's called Forgiveness. At dusk, the window panes grew gray. The wet world vanished in the gloom. The dim and silver end of day scarce glimmered through the little room. And all my sins were told. I said such things to her who knew not sin. The sharp ache throbbing in my head, the fever running high within. I touched with pain her purity, sin's darker sense I could not bring. My soul was black as night to me. To her I was a wounded thing. I needed love no words could say. She drew me softly nigh her chair, my head upon her knees to lay, with cool hand that caressed my hair. She sat with hands as if to bless, and looked with grave, ethereal eyes, ensouled by ancient quietness, a gentle priestess of the wise.
the voice of empathy. Wings of feathers, tails and fingertips. I feel each rock so differently. You gave me more than I could ask for. Indistinguishability. So carry me from these walls, brother of mine. Show me the world outside. It has to be true. I'm counting on you to be my wings and my eyes. So carry me on these walls, brother of mine. Show me the world outside. It has to be true. I'm counting on you to be my wings and my eyes.
Glenn Gould's virtuosity has been acclaimed ever since his professional debut, aged 14. At 19, he began concert tours that circled the world and brought him international recognition for performances that were frequently described in terms of sheer genius. 4 years ago, Glenn Gould became a concert dropout, withdrawing from public concert life to devote himself entirely to recordings, radio programs.
Why so much love for recording? Because it's the future.
However, the man who recently recorded Beethoven's Fifth Symphony in a version for a single instrument, the piano, has very serious views on his function as an artist.
It's the future for music, it's the future for performing music, it's the future for writing music, it's the future for listening to music. All of our futures in music are involved in the core. It's as simple as that. And as complicated as that. It's the future.
Come the dawn of one uncertain day, you will have to go, but you'll laugh in the face of death and disaster. If you look for grace, after all these mistakes, I can still show my face. It's your grace, your grace. mistakes. I can still show my face. It's your grace, your grace. 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 It's your grace, it's your grace. And I don't need to be given permission by some sort of apparition. It's your grace. I don't need to be given permission by some sort of apparition to be me, to be in all my frailty, to be me. It's your grace. It's your grace. After all these mistakes, I can still show my face. I can still show my face. It's your grace, your grace. It's your grace, your grace. It's your grace, your grace.
That's Hercules and Love Affair, Grace. You're listening to Nightlight, and we're coming to the end here. We got a couple songs for you. But before we go there, I wanted to read you something. This really interesting poem that I found. And I guess as we're kind of it's starting to feel like spring, I figured it would be a good time to read it. It's called Today. If ever there were a spring day so perfect, so uplifted by a warm, intermittent breeze, that it made you want to throw open all the windows in the house and unlatch the door to the canary's cage, indeed, rip the little door from the jamb. A day when the cool bricks paths and the garden bursting with peonies seemed so etching in sunlight that you feel like taking a hammer to the glass paperweight on the living room end table, releasing the inhabitants from their snow-covered cottage so they could walk out holding hands and squinting into the larger dome of blue and white. Well, today is just that kind of day.
In though we grew up divided, the dreams you made up, you started. And if I feel something
that's it. We are out of time and out of music. Thank you to everyone who tuned in tonight. This is Neil Smith, The Flaming Lips. You know who you are. Good night, everyone. See you next week.
The tree don't care what the little bird sings. We go down with the dew in the morning light. The tree don't know what the little bird brings. We go down with the dew in the morning, and we breathe it in. There is no need to forgive. Breathe it in. There is no need to forgive again. The trees will stand like bleeding hands. We go down with the dew in the morning light. The trees will stand like bleeding hands. We go down with the dew in the morning, and we breathe it in. There is no need to forgive. Breathe it in. There is no need to forgive again. The trees will burn with blackened hands. We return the light of the evening. The trees will burn with blackened